Have you been wondering why people tend to ignore you? People tend not to give you attention. People stay far away from you. And then you are wondering what the cause may be. Maybe they are not comfortable around you. Or maybe they don't just want to be your friend or your close association. It could be as a result of something you are doing. It could be as a result of one or two behaviors you always display around them. And they are not comfortable with it. And that could be the reason why they are running away from you. Or it could even be that they will not even tell you why they are ignoring you. So in this video, I highlight few behaviors that could be the reason why people ignore you. Number one is you don't listen. One of the things that can make people to ignore you as a person is that you don't pay keen attention to them whenever they are talking. You always want to talk about yourself. You always have something to say. You always have an update to give about your life, your achievements, your challenges, and a whole lot of things about you. And you don't like giving them or paying attention to other people. You know, people also want to tell you about their frustrations, their challenges, their achievements, their do's and don'ts, the projects they are working on, their views, their values, and a lot of things. So in some cases, when you are out with your friends or with people, be an active listener. Keep whatever you have to say about yourself to yourself for some certain time or moment and allow them talk, allow them express themselves, allow them share their value, allow them share their beliefs on some certain things. This could make them like you to an extent and not ignore you, because if you are the kind of person that shares too much, that always want to say and talk without allowing other people to talk, this could be a reason why people ignore you. Number two is your body language. Now, people might tend to say, how or what does my body language have to do with people ignoring me? Yes, your body language speaks volume even more than what you say. Imagine you are walking with your friends, they keep talking, they keep gisting, and you just pick up your phone, you're chatting, or you're just smiling to your phone, or you just keep a straight face all through your outing, all through the conversation. You didn't even utter a word. You only said, okay. That is not a good body language to make your friend know or feel as if you are included in what they are doing. This could be a reason why people tend to ignore you. Or better still, they're having a valuable conversation, talking about an achievement or planning on how to achieve something, and you don't have anything to add up to it. So why should they include you next time? No, tell me, why should they include you when next they have a project they are working on? They wouldn't even, you'll be the least person on their mind to call or to involve in such things. Because even if they involve you, you don't have anything to say. You are not even always showing as if you care, or you are not even showing concern. One of the ways you can overcome this is by putting on a smiling face. That doesn't mean you should smile sheepishly, but smile at people. Make yourself approachable. Make yourself included in what other people are doing. Add up some meaningful contribution to whatever the discussion is they are talking about. Bring up some meaningful topics or things to talk about. Chip in or ask questions based on what they were saying. Like, you can pick up a line from what they said, ask them a question. This would make them feel included and not ignore you again. Number three is you are always complaining. You are full of negativity. The fact is that no one wants to get associated with someone who always brings out the bad or always bring out the negative aspect of his or her life or of the situation at hand. If people constantly ignore you, it shows that you should sit down and do a self-examination, a self-evaluation. How do you normally brighten up the mood whenever you come up or enter into a room? Is the place always cheered? Are they always moody? Whenever you bring a suggestion or you contribute to a certain thing, is it always meaningful? Do they often use your advice and it tends to lead to a productive or a safe landing? Or just check out and know if you see that about 10 to 15% of people keep ignoring, then it should be from you. And tend not to be the person who is always negative, who always brings the negative vibe among his peers, but rather be the person who brings out the positive vibes in people. This would make them not to ignore you at all. Number 4 is you criticize too much and too often. You are the person who always brings out the bad behavior, the bad attitude, the bad things about other people. You're always telling them about how they failed, how they tried this and did not succeed. Always the negative part of it, and you're always criticizing them. Nobody wants to work with or around someone who always makes them feel worthless, who always remind them of their failure. So this could be one of the reasons why people ignore you or stay away from you. This isn't me inferring to you not correcting your friends or not bringing up some certain observations whenever you are discussing. But as much as you want to correct your friends, to avoid being ignored, constructive criticism is a wise way of correcting your peers, and this would make them not to ignore you. Number 5 point on my list is bragging. You are the type among your friends who love to brag. You tell them how that you are just 18, you have already landed a lot of gigs, you have already planning on how to buy a car, how to build your first mansion before you are 20, how you are starting a company, how this, how that, how your family is the best, there is no problem. Excessive bragging is exhausting. This can make people to ignore you. Me in particular, if you constantly brag about your achievement, about this, about that, I have zoom off. I won't even give you any signal. Not to talk more of people around you. If you brag too much, this can make people stay away from you. So to make people not to ignore you too often and stay away from you, don't brag too much. This isn't also about you not telling people about your achievement, but be mindful of how you tell people about your achievement. Allow other people speak. Sometimes you could even talk about your failure, your challenges, to encourage people rather than always talking about your achievement. Okay, imagine you are having a conversation with a friend and you're telling them how that you intended starting a project, and all of a sudden you started and you're having difficulty, you're having challenges, and instead of that person to encourage you, the person is already telling you how he or she started such years back and what happened now is, and it sucks. So don't brag about your achievement. There are times that you can use it to encourage other people. There are times that you zip up your mouth. If you often brag, people will ignore you. People will stay away from you. Number 6 is you easily get distracted. Imagine having a meaningful conversation and all of a sudden your partner is still talking, you just brought out your phone and you started chatting online. Come on, who does that? This is a no attitude, and it would make people ignore you so much. So for you to avoid being ignored, don't be easily distracted. If you're having a serious conversation, whoever wants to interrupt or whoever wants to have your attention should wait. If the person cannot wait, he or she can go and come back until you are done with that serious conversation. But if you are easily distracted, nobody would want to come in the process of sharing his or her experience or views with you. You're already out there doing something, you're already receiving a call, you're already doing this, you're already doing that. People will tend to ignore you because it's very annoying, seriously. So number 7 point on my list is that people can ignore you if your presence doesn't make any meaning to them, doesn't add any value to them, and if your presence doesn't grab their attention. If you as a person among your friends don't always contribute meaningfully, don't always advise wisely, don't even think before you talk, you just speak sheepishly without even caring about the consequences of what you say, your friends or people around you will definitely ignore you and stay far away from you. So to avoid being ignored by people among your peers, among your friends, what are the kind of advice you add or contribute when a conversation is going on? First of all, who are even your friends, and what kind of conversation do you normally have whenever you meet? Is it stuff that would add value to your life, or you just gossip about people, or you talk randomly? Even if you are just meeting the people or the person for a very first time, your body language, your expression, and the words that comes out from your mouth should be words that build, words that encourage, words that whenever this set of people see you next time, they'll be very happy they saw you, and they'll be willing to associate with you. Not that when they see you, they will run away from you. So be a person that is determined to add value to other people. Be a person that your presence would make a difference whenever you appear in the life or in the presence of people. This can help you to not be ignored by people a lot of times. So guys, we've come to the end of this video. I hope you found value. If you did, please share my video to those whom you feel would be of help to them. And if you enjoy such content, please leave it in the comment section below, and also leave your view about this topic. I will see you next time.